Hey everyone, welcome to WikiBeast YouTube channel. If you are new here, so please do subscribe and press on bell icon for getting notification of our next great videos. So this video is a complete guide on how to apply for DV lottery of United States of America. So now let's get started. First of all, we need to know the history of the DV program. The famous immigrant visa was first introduced in the 1940s as alien registration receipt card. The first of these credit card size IDs bore green writing in a greenish hue. Thus the expression green card was coined and quickly became common. Meanwhile, the green card has changed its color several times. For a while it had even been pink. Since 1999, a light green shade is used again. More than 10 million foreigners are currently living in the USA with a green card. Since 1994, the DV program has already been executed 3 times in February, once in November and several times in October. The responsible institution changed in 2000. The formerly appointed National Visa Center in Portsmouth had to hand the processing over to the Kentucky Consular Center, which since then has been in charge for receipt and evaluation of the applications. So what is DV lottery? In the first year, it was still possible to enter several applications per person into the DV lottery system. This led to a few persons applying hundreds of times and thus most probably receiving a green card. The effects were a completely overloaded institution and injustice distribution, as better off persons could file more applications. Since then, each person is only entitled to submit 1 application per year and has to trust in Fortuna, that's DV lottery result. The Diversity Visa or DV lottery program is based on 2012-204 of the Immigrant and Nationality Act of 1990. The Immigration and Naturalization Service or INS determines the eligible countries and application rules based on a calculation laid down in a law. These rules can change from year to year. So to be continued, the Diversity Visa Program or DV lottery is congressionally mandated and allows up to 55,000 persons from nations that are historically underrepresented in the terms of immigration to the United States of America to qualify each year for immigrant visa, which are also known as green cards. So the program is called the Green Card Lottery or DV lottery because the winners are determined through a random drawing from among the 10 to 12 million people who enter each year over all the countries in the world. So the US is proud to be a country of immigrants. However, far more people are coming to the USA from certain countries than from others. For example, just those immigrating from Mexico, China, and the Philippines are by far outnumbering those from most of the other countries accumulated. In order to maintain a diversity in the population, US laws regulate immigration from particular regions of the world. For this reason, the USA has been randomly distributed 55,000 so-called green cards in the DV lottery every year since 1994. So you can enter the US Diversity Visa Lottery for free at www.state.gov. So are you eligible for the DV lottery of 2022? Which is accepting applications for the year of 2022. Current year is 2020 and your results will be out in 2021 in the month of May, and go to USA in 2022. So almost everyone can apply for the Diversity Visa Lottery. There are only 2 requirements to qualify for a US green card. Number first, country of birth in accordance with the current world political maps. Number second, education and or working experiences. Education and working experiences both can work better for you. And so requirements of DV lottery is explained in this video and also available in this YouTube video description, so you can refer to the description as well, or you can continue watching this video as well. So how can you apply for the DV lottery? Participation in the annual DV lottery is basically free of charge, and all eligible persons can register for it on the website of the US Department of State. However, what many don't know, in every lottery up to 40% of all participants are disqualified because of formal or deadline errors in their application. The admission or rejection of applications for the diversity visa lottery is an electronic process. It's not a manual process, it's an electronic process, but participants are not informed about the outcome. Whether the application will end up in the lottery or not won't be communicated. So application website is dvprogram.state.gov, or you can just check out here. It's dvprogram.state.gov. So what are the advantages of a US green card for the immigrants? A US green card gives you the legal right to live and work permanently in the United States. In addition, you have almost all the rights of a US citizen. So it's a great chance for all immigrants in the world. So DV lottery status check. You can check your DV lottery status after completely registering, and the deadline arrives and as per their time criteria. So as of May 8, 2021, you can check your result for DV 2020 with the entrant status check. Are you aware of the DV lottery? In case if you win the DV lottery, so you can check your result on 8 May 2021 in the website of DV lottery. So here we go. Whenever you go to the dvprogram.state.gov website, so here is an option for check status. You can check your result on 8 May 2021 over here. You can only check your DV 2022 green card lottery result if you applied before 10 November 2020. So the deadline for the DV lottery of 2022 is 10 November 2020. You can check here November 10th, 2020. Note: DV 2022 entrants should keep their confirmation number until at least September 30, 2022. So you can check your result at dvprogram.state.gov/esc. So DV lottery deadline as stated before. So here I'm gonna be specific over here. State Department website for the 2022 diversity visa program, or DV 2022, is now open. Currently it's 11th October and you have time until 10th November of 2020. So the entry submission period for DV 2022 is from 12 p.m. EDT or GMT-4 on October 7th, 2020 to 12 p.m. EST or GMT-05-5 on November 10th, 2020. The entry form will only be available for the submission just during this period, from 7th October until 10th November 2020. So those who are interested to apply in DV lottery, they have almost 1 month from the current date. It's 11th October right now, and you can apply until 10th November 2020. So now let's come to the requirements of the DV lottery in detail and with more explanation. With your country of birth and education, there are only 2 requirements that you must meet to participate in the DV lottery. These have to be proved only in the case of winning the lottery. So these criteria are must after your winning period. Almost everyone can apply for the diversity visa lottery. There are only 2 requirements to qualify for a US green card. Number first, as said before, that country of birth in accordance with the current world political maps. So we are going to discuss in the issue of which countries are eligible for the DV lottery program in the next few minutes. And the second is education and or working experience. Either education can work for you or working experience. And if you have both education and working experience, that's great for you guys. So excluded countries will be listed next. So here is a table of contents for the DV lottery requirements. Number first, qualified country of birth, list of excluded countries, education, photo requirements, passport for the DV lottery, and list your family members correctly. Qualified country of birth. Your country of birth must be qualified to participate in the DV lottery. Your citizenship is not relevant in this process, but your place of birth or country of birth is must be mentioned in the DV lottery system. So your citizenship is not relevant in this process. What is most important is the country of your birth, in accordance with current world political maps. So here is a list of excluded countries for your kind information. Almost everyone qualifies for the DV lottery. The only exceptions are people born in a country with a very high rate of immigration into the United States of America. Due to the high immigration rate into the United States, the following countries are excluded from the DV program. So if you are from one of the following countries, so please don't apply for the DV lottery, because you will not be considered as eligible, because they have specifically said that these country residents cannot apply. In case they apply, so they should not be considered by the system. So people of Bangladesh cannot apply, Brazil, Canada, China including Hong Kong, SAR, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, United Kingdom, but except Northern Ireland and its dependent territories, and Vietnam. So to be continued, the list of excluded countries: people born in Macau, SAR, and Taiwan are eligible. So people of these two territories or locations can apply for the DV lottery in 2002 and 2020 for the entrance of 2022. So individuals who were born in any of the above mentioned excluded countries may apply if there are some criteria for those people as well. Their spouses were born in one of the eligible countries, or their parents, both not born in the excluded country, were only temporary residents of the excluded, not eligible countries. So now, requirement of education. After winning in the DV lottery program, you must prove that you meet one of the following educational requirements. Your educational level is at least equivalent to an American high school diploma, or within the last 5 years you must have worked for at least 2 years in a profession that requires at least 2 years of training. So these two criteria are must. So proof of these prerequisites are only necessary when and if a lottery participant wins a green card. They are not necessary when you are simply submitting the application. So there is a recommendation for education. If you don't have the equivalent of a high school degree and are not sure if your job requires 2 years of training, you should check the US Department of State online database on it. Type in your profession and click on summary. You will find an analysis on how many years of experience in your job are needed in the chapter job zone. So just visit to the website of www.ownitonline.org and go according to the instructions or recommendations. Go to the OwnIt online database website and type your profession there, click on summary, and there you can see the analysis of your job summary. So there is specific requirements for the photo. When you want to upload the photo, so you should consider the requirements of the system. The US State Department requires all applications to be filed electronically. Please be advised that any minor error in the application procedure will result in your immediate disqualification without further notice. The photo requirements are very strict and must meet the following criteria, so you should consider the following criteria of photo while submitting or uploading to the system. So on the left side I have listed the requirements, on the right side I have listed the specifications. So background of the photo should be light colored and plain. I will show the examples in the next slide. Size of the head. The face, that is from chin to hair, must represent between 50 to 69% of the total height of the photo. Head position. Directly face the camera. Directly look into the camera while photographing. The head must not be tilted up. The head must not be tilted up, down, or to the side. You should straightly look to the camera, not right side, not left side. It should be straight. Exposure. It must not be overexposed or underexposed. Shadows must not be visible. There should not be any shadow in your picture. Digital image alteration should be avoided. A modified background can influence the shape of the head. So you should not alterate or edit your photography in Photoshop or in other photography applications or softwares. Your face must not be covered by hair and facial expression should be neutral. You should not looking like a laughing person. You should not be so angry. You should be just neutral. Head covering is not permitted except for religious reasons. Glasses not allowed. Color, high quality color photos only, no black and white photos. And photo size should be 51 x 51 mm or 5.08 centimeter x 5.08 centimeter. And photo resolution should be 600 x 600 pixels per 300 dots per inch. File size must not be more than 240 KB. The maximum allowed photo size is 240 KB. File format should be JPG format. You cannot upload PDF file, you cannot upload zip folder, you cannot upload PNG file. The only format of your photo should be JPG. Photo age. The photo must not be older than 6 months and needs to be reflect the current look. Photos of previous DV lotteries should not be used. If you have previously applied for a DV lottery, you should avoid using that previous photo. So please don't use copies of identity cards or passports. If an existing photo is scanned, it must have a resolution of at least 300 dots per inch or DPI. The original photo should be 2x2 inches in size. The maximum image size accepted will be 240 KB. Images should be taken directly facing the camera in front of a light colored background. The face should cover between 50% to 69% of the height of the image. So here is an example of acceptable photo. You should be neutral, which is shown in the left side, and with green tick mark you should be neutral and look into the camera with a white background or clean background. On the middle one, she has glass on her eyes. It's not allowed. You should take out your glasses while photography, and you should not your face should not be tilted to the right side or to the left side. Just look in front of the camera and you should be straight. So there is some other criteria of photo as well. Let's visit to the website. Here is photo examples. Acceptable visa photos are like these. On the left side, the woman, the black person, and with religious scarves. And here is some other criteria. Photo should not have shadow. It should be clean and clear, crystal clear. It should not be edited or blue colored. It should not be darkened. It should be light like this. This is not accepted, and this is not accepted. This photo is acceptable because it's so neutral and clear. This is not accepted because it has shadow on the right side. So, passport for the DV lottery. In June 2019, the US authorities extended the rules for the participation in the DV lottery. Since then, the following details from a valid passport are now also required to participate. Number first, passport number. You should have a passport for applying to the DV lottery. Number second, passport expiration date. Your passport should not be expired until today, end of this registration period. Issuing country. You should mention the name of your country where you have received your passport. However, this data is only required from the applicant and not from the family members. Just the main applicant should enter this information of the passport. The passport must be valid at least until the end of the registration period, which is usually at the beginning of November each year. If your passport expires before the DV lottery results are announced, please keep your invalidated passport or at least a copy of it. And list your family members correctly. If you are married, you must list your partner or spouse and all your children under 21 years on your DV lottery application. Your spouse's children must be listed too. Photos must be provided of all family members on the application. This does not mean that all family members have to immigrate to the US. After winning, the principal applicant can decide who to take along or not. However, all family members must be listed on the initial DV lottery application to avoid disqualification. And application website for the DV lottery. For applying to the US Diversity Visa Lottery, visit now the official website of the DV lottery, dvprogram.state.gov. So full video guide for application will be uploaded next after this video. So this is just an overall explanation of the DV lottery and along with its requirements. So I will upload complete video, step-by-step video of how to apply a process step-by-step to the DV lottery of US in 2020. And thanks for watching. Wish you best of luck. Wish to see you soon in the United States of America. If you want some great videos from the WikiBeast YouTube channel, so please do subscribe and press on bell icon. If you have any problem, recommendation, suggestion or any questions, so please write in the comment of this video, so I will try to reply as soon as possible. For a complete guide of how to apply for the DV lottery program, please do subscribe and press on bell icon for getting notification of the video uploaded next time. Thank you.